Got the 220 fired up here. I'm ready to go start dredging on phase 2. So let's get up. Let's not knock the power line down that goes randomly through the woods here. And let's go up to the head section on some mats, and I'll show you the endeavor we're getting involved with today. So I'm gonna grab my stack of good mats that I brought down here last week, and we are going to venture all the way up there into the far head section where I actually stopped digging on phase 1 and cut out kind of like a little 4-bay area. It'll make sense when I get up there. Making my way up into the head section now. I am pretty much right at the big kind of, they call it a swimming hole, but it's going to be a big deep area around the dock that's going to go in behind me. This is the old, one of the old beaver huts. Get all this cleaned up. Hopefully no big snakes come crawling out of that. So that was prime snake habitat. Look how the beavers kind of had a area in there dug out. Can't believe a big old snake didn't come out of there. Not that I really wanted one, but I'm just surprised. So I'll end up cleaning up this. I'm going to clean up all the banks all the way around the pond when it's all said and done. But what I'm doing this morning is going all the way up there to where the creek feeds this pond. And I'm going to actually cut a ditch, let it flood into the cut that I previously dug out. And then I'm going to dig out probably 200 yards right there and kind of make like a little 4-bay for it to flow into, and get some more depth there. And all that mud, instead of transferring it all the way down, I'm going to waste it along the bank up there. There's a good spot where the bank is pretty straight up and down to fill that in and kind of soften that slope. That'll make that look better. I hope that mat doesn't break. You think that's gonna break? I'll have to be gentle. Please don't break. It didn't crunch. So we ordered some new mats, and they're kind of hard to come by right now at the place that makes them, because since all the pipelines were shut down, there's really not a huge demand for mats. And what ended up happening was these mats right here that we bought, they're probably almost 2 years old, and they just when they stay stacked up that long and not be used, they just rot out. So unfortunately we kind of lost out on that one, but the guy's supposed to be making us some custom ones made completely out of white oak. See, these are mixed with gum, and the oak is fine, but the gum rots in 2 years, and then they get all loose and flopping around and break. And ideally I can get about 3 good years out of a good set like that one right here. This was one that we had made probably 3 years ago. You notice there's 2 bolts on the end, one there, one there, one there, one there. So there's what is that, 6 altogether. Normally they only come with 4, so we add 2 extra bolts, and it really holds everything together. You know, they're not technically made to be moved this much. They're kind of made to be laid down and driven over, because when they do the pipelines, they lay down thousands of them and they just stay put until they need to be moved for the roads. I can afford 200 mats to keep a continuous road, so I take 4 or 5 with me and build my own road as I go. So hopefully he'll get those made because I'm gonna need them, and it'll just make life a lot easier with the new set of mats. All right, well, let me get my way all the way up here, and I'll get out and show you what I gotta do. We made it. Kind of deep right there. So here is the area I'm going to be dredging out. That was phase 1, and those stakes were marking the channel. I gotta cut through here or something. I don't know, and just elevations. So this little area that's flagged out right here, we're going to take out about 200 yards. Well, I am. It's just me here, and cut all this out just to kind of get some more depth in here, and I'm actually going to transfer it all over here and just add it to that bank right there and just fill in. See how it's like an 8-foot drop right there? I'm just going to break a couple of those trees off and pile all this mud in there and just kind of smear that around and soften that up, just kind of clean that up and make a more defined edge there, kind of more of a tapered slope like that. Plus it's a good easy spot to get rid of this mud at. So pretty much inside the flags, you can see how much we cut out from right there, and that's got water in it now, so the grass shouldn't grow. And get the machine over here. I'm going to come up here first thing and cut a little ditch right through here so that this can drain into there and not be flowing down the ditch line that I've got to pretty much work in. Try to eliminate some mud. Let's get started. This mat is a little ratty, but it still works. Alright, what I'm going to do is come up here and kind of curve this around just a little bit. Actually, some fairly dry material. Now, where the hell am I going to put it? Right here, I guess. So I'll probably cut this out and windrow it right there, then I can get on the other side. Yeah, I reckon that's what we're gonna do. Sounds like a plan. Get this cut where I can divert this creek over into this other cut. This mat a little bit. Yes, this bucket the bucket pin is very worn out. It's been wore out. I actually got a brand new bucket, pins and bushings at the shop. Just have not had time to have them put in. But the plan is, once this job is done, to get them put in. That's the nice thing about on my machine with the quick coupler, is it really keeps that main bucket pin out of the dirt, because the coupler, you know, extends that main bucket pin up about 12, 14 inches. Because what happens is when you get a scoop of dirt with this, see, every time you get a big scoop of dirt, that wasn't really a big scoop of dirt, but it just fills that bucket pin with material and sand and dirt. It just, no matter how much grease you put on it, it grinds away at it. Really wears it down a lot faster. fairly dry material. I'll pull this back slightly. I don't like the way that looks. There's a big stump right there, so we're not gonna reinvent the wheel here. I like that better. Dam up the creek until I get it cut over, which will be about 3 more bucketfuls, and then I don't have to worry about it. The third one's going to break it through. Now it's getting muddy. Here we go. Throw a little bit of mud right there to cease the flow of that. Now the creek has been completely re-diverted into the new cut. All this is just going to get overgrown and kind of be a little marshy area. So it ain't got to be perfect. It's just going to kind of go back natural. There we have it. I'm going to cut all this out now, and then that's going to kind of be our shelf for our little forebay, and then our fish area over there is going to have a shallows over there. So it's coming along. Okay, so I made a pile right here of mud and transferred it over. Now I'm coming over here to the shoreline. There's a few trees right here. Make them just kind of disappear. And I'm going to stack all that mud kind of right up in here. I'm going to put a little bit around that tree. I think it'll be okay. gum tree. They're pretty resilient. Mats. So it didn't look like that big of an area sitting over there, but once I come over here, it's a pretty good sized spot. So I wanted to go ahead and take that and kind of get it in place. That way I know how much I need to dig out. I don't want to over dig and not have a place to put it. And as you can tell, this is just turning to pudding. Would be a good project for my grading bucket, but like I said 10,000 times before, this is my uncle's project and it won't fit on this machine, and I can't use the thumb and clear and grab mats with it, so that's why I'm using the old tooth bucket. Leave that holly tree, but I want to grab this little bit of stuff, just clean it up a little bit. Scoop a little mud. I don't like that water. Out. Probably not the best in the world. Somebody filled in the ditch to get across it. That is what it is. Always grab the mud farthest away. Use it first. Dump in here and spread out. It's kind of, the old creek channel was pretty much my line of don't go any farther. This will kind of really help fix the mess that's right here. At least it'll make it look better. Get rid of that jagged edge. over, and I'm gonna go back over there and clean that up. And just kind of keep working my way down and extending this shoreline out, slicking it up. So this is going pretty good. Not exactly like we wanted it to, but kind of is what it is type deals. I wasn't expecting it to get so squishy. We wanted kind of more of a defined edge, but it just turned to goo. So I mean, you can't cut a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 bank when it's pudding. It just kind of self-levels it back. Ain't nothing I knew about it. So it's going to be a very gentle slope going into the pond. Trying to cut all this and go ahead and transfer it into this spot right here. That way I can go back over there and cut that and lay it back right here where I've already dug out from. Just trying to get what I can stacked back up in along that bank right there. I've got to actually get closer to the bank to reach all the way. This is just weird material. Normally it doesn't just like turn so wet. Normally you can move it a time or two and it kind of stays within its shape. This just turns to that as soon as you dig it. But yet you can drive over it with the mats and it's fine and dandy, but once you start stirring it around, it just all goes to crap. Literally. Lay some more of this back, and then I'm going to go back into the pond and cut some more of that material and transfer it over. Gotta keep plucking away at it. I'll lay whatever will stay put up here. Found a big boulder. That one won't come up. That one right there will. I'm probably halfway done, maybe a little over halfway done since I've moved majority of that. This should go pretty quickly here, but it's just getting very aggravating right here. It's just all turning to goop and trying to put goop on a hillside, and you know, gravity kind of takes effect. So Trying to get all that to stay put is a little bit frustrating, but it's coming along. I'm gonna stop for lunch and come back, take all that, lay it up there, and then come back in here and transfer some more mud to the shoreline. Finally making the last cut now. Everything transferred back, and then I'm going to go out down this edge and kind of clean it up as I go. This has been a little bit of an ordeal. I didn't know the ground was just going to turn to soup so quick. Up here on the slope, slick everything up as I head out. It does make everything look a lot better though. Just continue that grade all the way over, and then just filled in that edge, and it's got a good slope coming down now. back over here. It's so weird. Like, this is hard as a brick to get it. Almost sunk out of sight right there. Uh-oh. Sliding. The mud's so deep. I think this is going to work now. It got very hairy right in there. Deep. Perfectly fine, and then it's just sinkhole. Well, that area is pretty much all dug out now, and extended the shoreline out, just kind of smeared it in there the best I could. And what I'm going to do now is take my mats and run down this edge, and just kind of all these trees that have fallen over and bushes, just kind of clean those up and kind of dress everything up a little bit. Finishing up the day, cleaning the shoreline up, making my way back towards the pond dam. That's my access out of here. So I can fuel up at the end of the day. My poor Matt on borrowed time. The rest of it just kind of gets mixed in with the dirt. Ever just get mad at it, just rip it off. might have to take the dozer around here. I could just run right down this edge and slick it all up, but I'm afraid that wouldn't go very well. It would go all the way to where I got stuck at. That right there can probably just get mixed in with the dirt. It just makes it look so much better, this junk gone. I think I can go without mats now. Spot to transfer this across, probably somewhere over there where the flag's in. Be the closest to where I can load it out at. Alright, well, that's about a wrap for today. Be back tomorrow to do some more.